See, now we're good.
Oh, now there's people in here.
I see people. I don't got any chat though. Let's give us a yo, yo, yo if you see us, if you hear us.
Boy, that was a cluster.
What a
cluster of joy.
One thing after another. Danny boy.
See what happened? We tried to start and no one was here. So I had to put my glasses on because I was going to get down to business.
What scares me, you know, it reminds me of that time you poured coffee all over your brand new Mac.
Listen, so at the last house event, I get a bonus. He comes up to me, and he's got a big white plastic bag from Apple. He goes, and here's where he's all classed. Here! Throws me a bag and leaves. I go, what's this? Bonus! So it's his MacBook Air. I've never had a Mac. I wanted a Mac for a long time, mostly because he had one, and I have to have what he has. Didn't really want one, but then he switched. So first of all, I'm excited because I got a MacBook Air. A little pissed off that it's not a MacBook Pro. But whatever. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the ass. I just say, fine, thank you. I set the computer up. Within 10 minutes, drinking coffee, accidentally spill it all over the computer.
True story. It's not even the funny part.
Had to leave the house event. Went and got a bag of rice. Whole thing. Like that whole ordeal took me half of the day. And like going around to stores, trying to shop around to get a good deal on rice. Got rice-a-roni. That wasn't right. I had to get the proper rice. I'm calling Marv, who knows Max. What kind of rice? It's just plain white rice. Okay, not jasmine. No, idiot. So anyway, this brings us to today and my new cup. What I'd like to do, look at this. It's the first time I've ever had a drink near my computer. Oh! Spill proof for Bonarman. I'd like to get a case of these from China, a knockoff version of this, and sell them. And maybe I'll use list building to sell them. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Schultz. I'm here with Dwight Gelowitz. Let's get the educational portion of this call started.
Oh, Danny.
Holy cow.
That's very sad, but it's a true story. You did pour coffee all over your brand new Mac.
I did it before I went to a website. Like, oh, I could get used to this. Oh, shit. Now what? And you're like, unplug it.
Patty wants to buy a couple of mugs from you. You got a sale already.
Very good.
It's all good.
Now, my brand is called Contigo, but the kind I'm going to be selling are called Contaga. It's a knockoff brand. It's same thing. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, God. All right.
All right, today's call, you're going to love it. I think you're going to love it. Oh, should we do the yo? Did we do the yo? Oh, yeah, we already see the yo-yos.
We did the yo, yeah. Oh, hold on. I got to do something first. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, good. That makes me happy. Let me check if I'm happy. Light's blue. I'm happy. Yep.
You're good. We're good.
Somebody Skyped me the other day and said, why do you guys always start with a picture of you holding a case of Amazon Echo Dots? That's because one of the very first...
it's cool.
One of the first things when we really ramped up our list building, we did this. We gave away some Echo Dots, and wildly popular. And like Dwight said, the only people who really want an Amazon Echo Dot are people who don't have one, and the people who do have them are pissed at Amazon Echo Dot. that Alexa can just, she can lick it, man.
There's Patty. I love their Patty. Alexa, love her, but she's really useless.
I will say that she's better than Siri. Because like with Siri, I'll be like, how late is Costco open today? Here's what I found. All right, answer. I'm waiting for the answer. No, look at the web page. Oh, you idiot. Siri, you're useless. Alexa, though, I'll be like, I wonder what's on TV. Costco is open tonight until 9. Who asked you? Trying to turn on TV. Yeah. The capital of Maine is like, all right, lady.
Alexa is good for telling me what the weather is like outside, because really it's difficult for me to actually open the blind just enough so I can see what the weather is like.
Yeah, you know, that whole weather thing is useless, right? On the local news. Like, I live in South Florida. It's always 80. It's like, all right, I got it. Oh, now we're talking and Patty's Alexa is answering. Alexa, that's enough. Alexa, stop. Stop bothering Patty. Hold on a second. Yeah. Alexa. I have mine unplugged and back in the box. Every once in a while, I just want to break into the call and say that to make everyone's Alexa go off.
Okay, Danny boy, what are we doing?
Well, today is the call that we said a lot of people had certain questions, and we said table that until call 3. This is a really important call. This is for those of you who have not seen the tool we're going to share with you today. You're in for a big you're in for something. Don't know what they're in for, but you're in for it now.
It's gonna be huge.
So yeah, let's start and let's talk about what the tool is. We dubbed it the perfect life, your roadmap to success. I like that. Marv made this logo for us, and I put a little trademark on there. Is that good? Yeah, sure, Marv. Thanks, buddy.
Perfect, Marv.
Saved us $97 to get a registered mark. Thank you, buddy. So it's the perfect life. Why is it called the perfect life? This is a tool that when we started playing with it, and I don't think we have to go into the whole story, the whole Dwight story. We did a test, and we almost didn't go into list building.
Well, come on, Danny boy. You didn't want to go into list building. Let's be clear.
Yeah, so basically what happened, we started a list building campaign, and we spent like $150 and sold one shirt, and I was pissed off. I said, let's just stop this. This is stupid. And Dwight kept saying, no, this cannot be true. There's no way we only sold one shirt with this design, because we've sold 20,000 units of this. I mean, we knew that the marketing was right, the targeting was right, the product was a winner. And we only sold one shirt up after $150. So Dwight made a spreadsheet. And we let the ad go another day. Next day, we sold one more shirt. So now we're at 200 shirts, and we finally are $200 spent, and we sold one shirt. And I'm like, let's cut it. And Dwight kept dicking around with his spreadsheet, and he kept adding stuff. And I kept getting more and more mad. Every day, we kept losing more and more money. I'm like, Elowitz, come on, man. Let's stop dicking around here. Let's do what we do best. We don't know what that is, but let's do what we do best. And he kept the ad running more. And anyway, he added the flux capacitor. That's what he kept calling it.
Capacitor.
And that's the thing from Back to the Future that allowed, hold on a second. Dwight, hold that thought. Alexa. And so he added the flux capacitor. Those of you that's the thing in Back to the Future that they put on the DeLorean that allowed them to travel back and forth in time. So he figured out how to add time travel to his spreadsheet. And when he did that, he noticed a trend, and it totally changed our lives. And we were able to dial in exactly where we wanted to go. Is that a brief enough way to explain what happened?
Works for me. Hopefully people get it.
All right. So let's share the tool and talk a little bit about it. And
what's a gigawatt?
Oh, Edward, let me find out. Hold on a second. Alexa, what is a gigawatt? How many hundreds of people are like, oh, shit, shut up. Patty just said you're making her crazy. Her blue light is flashing at you, Danny. Alexa, stop.
Okay. Okay. Well, what are we going to do here? Let's do this. Oh, I'm on the wrong page here. Hold on. Let's turn that off. Let's do it again. And then let's go to the spreadsheet. Yeah? All right. Perfect.
Let's go back, man. I don't like looking at me when my hair looks like this on the big screen.
Here we are. The spreadsheet. So a couple of things we gotta do. We have to input a few assumptions onto the spreadsheet that we have dealt with before or in the past, or to kind of get you to that place where you can actually start to tweak the spreadsheet or the numbers to figure out, what the list building, what a complete list building program is going to do for you.
Now, okay. I want to jump in. Should we ask a dream question right now and work backwards? You know what I'm saying? Should we ask the chat room how much they want to?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. Sure.
Okay, you guys in the chat, throw out a number, and that number is how much would you realistically like to make next year, in the next 12 months? How much would you like to make just based on your marketing? And try to be realistic. Like, don't say $10 million in the next year.
Okay, 9 million.
Just throw some numbers out there, and we are going to show you how we can use this tool and get to that goal number. So let's see. Is anyone answering? Throw some numbers in.
Wow. 100 million, 500,
50,000,
100,000.
Oh, let's do 50, and then we can go up from there. 50,000 is a good number, right?
50,000.
A lot of people are saying 50. A lot of people are 100,000. So let's use 50 and 100,000. But realistically, let's
do 50 and then show you exactly how you get from 50 to 100 very easily. And I'll take that for the year. Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. So for one of the things we need to look at first is the cost of your opt-ins. Now, going into this, we're just going to put a number in there, a number that is acceptable to us based on what we're selling or what our expected profit per sale is. Now, this number can change drastically depending on, if you're selling a t-shirt and it's $10, like a 50-cent and lower opt-in cost would be preferable.
Right.
And if you are selling, let's say you're a roofer and you're selling $12,000 roofing jobs, well, you'll be willing to pay much higher cost per opt-in to get roofing jobs because you make so much more money, right, on a single sale. So
it's true.
But let's use the 50 cents as our basis, because we like, when we're selling t-shirts or hoodies or, the cutting boards and the things that Print Tech tends to sell, which we buy, or even some of the pillow profit stuff or the exclusion leggings, the profit is in that $10 to $20 range. A 50-cent opt-in is kind of the high end of where we want to keep our opt-in cost below 50. We typically end up under 50. But so let's use 50 cents, and it's very easily attained, and we'll show you that.
In fact, that's what we should say. All of these numbers we're going to input here to start playing with the numbers to get to our goal number. Everything we're going to do, you guys who have been to events or have done coaching with us or done one-on-one stuff, that we're not the best marketers. We never really try to hype anything. So these are real numbers that we are confident you can reach. Not like, well, if you just get 1% of everybody, you're going to make $10 million.
These are not pie in the sky type numbers.
Damn it.
Numbers that we have actually attained right out of the gate on a campaign that, starting from scratch. So
Yeah.
the next thing, I'm going to just talk about the average profit before we talk about the conversion rate. So like I said, if you look at a $10, if you're selling a t-shirt and it costs you, it's whatever it is, $8.75 or $8.95 or whatever it is your cost. And you're selling it for $19.95, you're basically making 10 or 11 bucks. So, to make the math kind of easy to understand, let's just talk about a $10 profit on average. Okay. And then your daily opt-in goal, this is just kind of related to your budget. So if you want to, let's say you're getting a 50-cent opt-in rate, you want 100 opt-ins. That means you're spending $50 a day.
$50 a day.
If you only want to get 50 opt-ins, it's $25 a day. So it just depends on the number that you're going to be looking for.
And the opt-in, the total cost of the opt-in. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to run an ad on Facebook. Remember our flow chart. We're going to run an ad on Facebook, and let's say that we're spending $50 a day. We look at that number at the end of the day. We spent 50, and we look at the number of opt-ins that came in, and we found out that we got X number. You divide that out, and it turns out that's your budget. That's where the 50 comes from. That's where the 50 cents comes from.
Right. So I think, what was our numbers, Danny? Do you remember? Was it 100 that we were?
I think so. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with 100. So that's 100 opt-ins per day, per ad budget day or whatever. Yeah. So now sales conversion rate. Now what this means is, this is basically what percentage of emails sent convert to a sale. So if you're looking at a 1% conversion rate, that means 1 of every 100 emails sent, you've made a sale. Well, that's unrealistic.
Yeah, a lot of gurus will say that you can expect a 3% sales rate, ratio, and that's just, it's a lie. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. That is just a bullshit lie. And when people tell you that, they're trying usually to sell you something.
Yeah.
That, hey, our system will get you 3%. No system gets you 3%.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk, about what other guys are doing, but the reality of it is, you need to send out a lot of emails to get sales. And, we looked at it, and this is why people don't do list building and don't do email marketing, because, they're like, oh, well, I've heard 3% or 2%, conversion rate or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then when you send out a bunch of emails and you don't have anything near a 1 or a 2%, you probably don't even send enough emails to get that first sale before you quit, because you're under a false assumption on what works and what doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So true. We look at a 0.1% conversion rate. Now, what does that mean? 0.1%? Well, 0.1% conversion rate means 1 sale on every 1,000 emails sent.
So that's not 1%, it's 0.1%. It's 0.1 of 1%.
Yeah.
We like to shoot real low. Holy, exactly. Look at that. Look at the numbers you just hit by doing those super low numbers. Look at your dream goal. That is funny. We wanted to try to hit 50,000 and we hit 48,000. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, right out of the gate. So what does this whole spreadsheet thing kind of mean? And, one of the things that was driving Danny Batty was the fact that, we're spending money every day. Let's say $50 a day. Boop, 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 boop. Every day we're spending money. But the first several days, there are no sales that are coming back from the emails. Well, you got to remember, we're looking, if you can see here, on the first day, and not until the end of the first day, do you have your 100 emails. right?
Opt-ins. Our list is, we have 100 people on our list.
100 people, which is 100 emails, right? So
Yeah.
you send those out, and well, 100, if you got 0.1%, well, guess what? You got to send 10 more days worth of those emails to get at least one sale, right? If you're on 1,000,
Mm-hmm.
1 in 1,000 are going to convert to sales. So you got 50, you're out 100, out 150, 100, 200, and all of a sudden, that's what these, it's getting redder and redder because you're getting deeper and deeper into having spent money before you're starting to recoup any, right?
Yeah.
So, and this, many people won't get past this first 5 days because they're like, well, I'm sending emails out and I'm not getting any sales.
I made it to day 3 and I wanted to pull the plug.
You did. Yeah.
Because I'm used to, we're used to the direct sales on Facebook where you put a picture of the t-shirt, buy this, click here and buy it. And there's no way we'd keep an ad running if it didn't, if it wasn't profitable after a couple days.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So, with these numbers, what do these numbers mean? Well, if you continued and collected 100 emails a day for a full year, you'd have 36,000 emails in your opt-in list. Okay. But here's where the magic in this, always happens. Yes, it looks red. Yes, it looks red. It's getting worse. Oh, it's getting better. Why is that? Well, because now I have 8,000 emails on my email list. When I send out an email, I get 1 in 1,000 sales from it. And I'm making $80 profit. Well, I'm only spending 50 to get my next 100 emails. So I'm making a profit of $30, right? On top of the money that I'm spending. So what ends up happening is slowly but surely you chip away at the money that you have put out, and you start making more than you're putting out, and then you recoup the money that you spent. And now on day 100, just because this is easy math numbers, we use 10 and 100 and all that stuff. I have 10,000 people on my list. I've spent 5,000 to get them, but I've recouped 5,000 from the cumulated sales every day for 100 days. And I am now break even. And every day going forward, as I get more emails and make more sales than the money I'm spending, I'm starting to generate a positive in my profit for the year. And you just continue to scroll down for 365 days, and we end up at the $48,350 in accumulated profit for the year. So, what do we do to make this 100,000? Because a lot of people are wondering about, was $100,000, and well, two things can happen. Either you go from, depending on the niche that you're in, you could go to 0.2% on if you actually sell more than 1 per 1,000, you could sell two sales
2 out of 1,000
on 1,000, and your sales profit, jumps to over 100,000. But let's say you're still at that 1. You go like, oh my God, I can't get better than 1 in 1,000. Well, if you can sell a t-shirt with your design on it, 1 out of every 1,000, can you sell a hoodie? Can you sell a hoodie and make $20 on that sale instead of 10? And all of a sudden you're over the $100,000, right?
Now here's the beauty of that.
Low numbers on purpose so that you can see that it's very easily attainable.
Yeah, when we say 0.1%, that's one sale out of 1,000. If you can sell one shirt out of 1,000, you really can sell almost anything one out of 1,000. You could sell a pair of shoes, you could sell bedding, you could sell, a hoodie. It's whatever. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Marty in the chat says, so you mean to tell me you're sending an email out every day? Yes, we send emails out every single day to our list. Every single day we generate those numbers. It's all in how you write the email. It's how, it's the offer. We know from yesterday, because we usually do testing, we know that we have a good offer.
Yeah.
And that's what we teach. We teach you how to do,
now,
daily.
and so there are two things that we could talk about in, the strategy of sending every day. And if you're skeptical about this and you don't get it, I can't help you. But the reality is this is, the Groupon, Michaels, these huge companies send emails out every day. They have massive lists, and their business model is based on it. And if you're sending an email to a passionate niche and you actually have something that they want, people don't unsubscribe. If you are sending junk to people that they don't want, they're going to opt out and unsubscribe. So, as a marketer, get a better damn product and don't bitch about your unsubscribe rate.
Yeah, we have a tiny
or find something, a design or a strategy that gets them to want to see your emails.
Right.
And that's why we use the contest strategy, right? Because they want to see if they've won. Well, we can keep sending them, oh, here's more winners emails. And they'll open those all day long because those people that submit to get into contests want to know if they won. I mean, that's the reality of it, And
yeah.
We also include the deal of the day, on good products with great designs that are, tested in the niche, which we talked about testing in a previous video. So, it may be unrealistic for you to send emails every day, but it's not unrealistic for us because that's what we do.
Yeah. We, when you look at any of these steps, individual, like in a vacuum, there's a billion different ways that they can go south on you, for sure. But if you have a good product, if you've tested it and you know that the target audience is going to want it, if the target audience you picked is good and you targeted properly, like with our example with the Seahawk crockpot kind of thing, we have it all dialed in. If you know how to write a daily email, and I'm not saying all that stuff is like super, you're not born with it. You learn the skills that you need to do that stuff with. When you understand, when you put all the little level, the steps of the process together, these numbers are very realistic. Now, it is true that there is a drop off when you keep sending emails to the same people. There is a definite drop off. We find not a lot unsubscribe, a tiny bit amount do. But most of the people, when they lose interest, they don't unsubscribe. They're still on your list. They just don't really look at your emails much.
Yeah. How many, I can, for myself, I have 100 people. I'm on 100 marketers lists. I'm on all kinds of sports team lists and, whatever, internet marketing, sales tools lists or whatever. Do I unsubscribe from them? No. But I ignore a lot of them a lot of the time until something in a subject line or something hits me and, oh, well, that's interesting. What has he got to say about that? And I'll have a look at it again. And all of a sudden I'm reading those emails from that guy or that
all of a sudden
company.
you're re-engaged, right?
And that is the reality with email marketing. When you look at your, you look at your typical open rates, you're going to get your 14%, your 20%, or whatever open rate on your emails. That's just the fact. That's why you have to send 1,000 emails out to get one sale, because you're only getting people looking at your offer. 150 of them or 200 people of that 1,000 are actually going to look at the offer you sent them, and of those, a percentage of those are going to end up on your website, and a percentage of those that end up on your website are going to make a sale. You're going to make a sale. So you have to keep sending, and that's why with the drop off rate, with the the kind of the blindness that people get in their inbox or whatever, that's why we're always adding new people every day.
Yeah, we might lose 6 people a day or something, right? But we're gaining 100, so we're gaining 94. Or using these numbers, we usually have a little bit of a higher budget because we understand the thing here. We go more for a daily opt-in goal of 100. We go a little more because we're a little more comfortable with the whole process.
Yeah.
Wow, a bunch of questions here. Let's see. How many different products do you rotate through the emails? Right now, I think we're only 5. I think we have about 5 that we're doing right now that we just rotate. Again, we know that there is a better than not chance that they're going to want to buy the product. We know that we targeted right, and we did the testing that we talked about, the atomic testing method. We know that there's a high chance that they're going to like this product. Okay, well, if it's priced properly, you can make the sale. Now, why is that? Now, we can always sell. Like, here's the true advantage. We have stopped Facebook advertising except for list building and testing, that kind of thing. We're not doing direct sales anymore. Well, because we're not doing direct sales via Facebook, we don't have to worry about that conversion price. Okay, so if we spend $50 on a t-shirt ad and we sell, 4 shirts, well, we're profitable technically, right? So we're constantly looking for that conversion rate. Well, I can sell a shirt for $4. Okay, well, you put that $4 in with the, the cost of the shirt and the shipping and blah, 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 blah. We made $3. Well, when you're doing list building, and this is 100% how we're selling right now, we don't have to worry about that conversion price. And that means that we can take that shirt that we would normally sell for $24 and, whatever, or $20 plus $4.95 shipping. Now we can sell that shirt for $9.95 plus $4.95 shipping. They're going to look at it like, holy cow, I'm getting a great deal. Well, yeah, because we don't have to pay for the conversion. When you're on our list, we already got you. So when you have a good product and a killer price, it's pretty easy. I mean, I don't want to, I know a lot of people are struggling, and I get it, but this ain't hard. If you have a responsive list and, you kind of learn the steps to be responsive, and you're warming them up every day with these emails, and they learn to trust you and they get into the swing, it's awesome. You don't have to pay for the big conversion. You can offer better deals. You make the same amount of money because you're not paying for the conversion. Everybody wins except Mark Zuckerberg.
That's right. The only thing we care about is our cost per opt-in, maintaining that 50 cent and lower, because we're on the lower end of the profit scale on the products we sell, the t-shirts, the hoodies. Now, imagine, Print Tech, Pillow Profits have some products where you can make a much higher dollar value in your sales. So wall art, for example, you could make $80-90. I've heard of some people doing $200 on those. I don't know who would pay $300 for a wall art thing, but they're
you would if there was a 5-panel piece with a friggin' cigar or whatever you're into, you'd buy it.
Yeah.
How funny would that be? Oh, this is a Belinsky 480.
But let's if we talk about like even the what are we talking about? We're talking about the crock pot giveaway. I mean, when we did the crock pot giveaway, once we figured out this whole thing, the crock pot giveaway was one of our first, and we were doing, what were we doing? We were making about $30 per profit on our emails, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we did a 0.3%, I believe it was.
So that's 3 out of 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right there. And literally that campaign was break even, on day 12. We had recouped all the money we spent.
Yeah, it was actually day 9, so our numbers are a tiny bit off. I mean, but that's close enough for the point. We probably were paying less per opt-in.
Our budget was higher. We were doing more than 100 emails a day. But anyway, and you could see that by just adjusting what you're selling and getting a slightly better conversion rate, these numbers they get to be in your favor much quicker. And of course, at the end of the year, here's how you end up.
Well, yeah, let's go back to
let's go back to 0.1%. Like if you didn't get a better, you're at let's go here 0.05%. You're only doing 1 in 2,000. Like just be the worst marketer on the planet, and you can still walk home with $80,000. Now, imagine that these are the numbers you think you can attain, but you're only half right. You're still at $40,000 for the year on a program that doesn't cost you anything because your opt-ins are paying for themselves on the sales.
That's true. But here's where the issue is. Scroll down and look how many days in. So we're losing money every single friggin' day, right? And you got to keep scrolling.
Well, I like to call it investing in your list, Danny.
I like to be
losing money.
Now, look, so when we get to break even, when we start making money, so we're making $20 finally on day 68, over 2 months of running this, you got to know that, this is going to be tough. For the next 2 months, I'm going to lose money. It's not going to be a fun day. It's just, we're going to spend money, and I don't know how much
and the most that you actually, right here, you've invested $900 basically on the accumulated losses before you what I call turning the corner, where you make more money than you spend every day. You're basically $900 invested before it turns around to 20, to start making the money. But $900, I mean, we've had days where we've spent, $6,000-7,000 on Facebook ads in the hopes that we get sales and come back. And we're at $300 over 3 days in the list building program, and he's ready to call it quits. But you wouldn't think twice about spending $6,000 on ads to sell stuff,
But like I always say, since I saw the power of the spreadsheet and understand now that it is going to take longer to get to this point, but then as soon as you get to that point, it snowballs and you just start really making more money. I don't think we will ever go back. I mean, if Facebook bounces back to where it once was, maybe, I guess, because I guess it's good to have a few, revenue streams. But, the thing that I like to look at that number. So at the end of the year, if we can keep all of these numbers, the opt-ins stay about the same, your conversion rate stays about the same, and you don't mess with the profit, at the end of the year, it's great. Yeah, you're going to have 81 grand. That's awesome. That for sure is awesome. But the more important thing is you're going to have 36,000 names to start on day 1 of next year. So on day one, if you keep all these variables going, it's just going to snowball because you're going to keep adding more names. You're going to keep adding people to your list. That means you get to send more emails, and it just keeps going. Now, at the end of that, when you want to turn around and sell your site to somebody on some domain, auction site, well, now you've got something. Now you've got a true asset. Before, the last 3 Shopify stores we did, the last 3 years, we've done multiple, we over $1 million every, that's just what it was. Well, last year, Black Friday rolled around. Guess what that site was worth? I mean, yeah, we had some decent products in there, but we couldn't reach anyone. Facebook was dead. So we had nothing. We couldn't sell the site for anything other than whatever. A couple years ago, remember a couple of years ago, we gave our top billing site away to somebody in our group just because we wanted to help them. We had like multiple 7-figures. Here you go, take it. Good luck with it. That's how much it was worth. We wouldn't do that anymore because we got a real friggin' asset.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm not sure I get it. This coming from Chris. I'm not sure I get it. After you get the email address, can't you then send emails for other products that would reduce your loss? You can send emails for anything that you like. We just have a program where we build a sequence, and our sequence is already designed so that when they come in, they have a whole sequence of sales emails ready to go out to them.
Right.
So we're not, but you could do blasts, and you can hit them a little harder if you like. The harder you hit them, and the more salesy pitching you do, the bigger your fall off rate. So we work on a balance between giving them what they want and what they expect, and soft selling over a period of time, with then we hard sell a bit, and then we soft sell, and then we hard sell. So it's sort of a combination. But yeah, you can absolutely hit them with other offers if if it makes sense for the niche that you're in. Absolutely.
Yeah, we traditionally, we're a little bit of a weird company. We do e-commerce, and then we also have the side of us where we teach. We try to educate our group and people like you guys watching this. So when we come up with something, we want to make sure that it works, and we know this process works, but we also want to make sure that we can, when we do an event or when we do coaching or whatever, that we can offer you something that we know works. Now, you're right, Chris. Like, this is in no way, this is not how to get rich doing email marketing. This is, I don't really know what this is. This is just how a process we use to build our list, in this case to 36,000 names, and at the end of the year make 80 grand. Now could we make a lot more? I mean, yeah, sure.
Also, this doesn't take into account the large sales seasons, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Black Friday. Now imagine you started this on Black Friday of 2017, and you had 36,000 emails in a niche, and those people are expecting to see some emails from you, and you're getting sales from them every day. Imagine what you can do on a Black Friday or the Christmas season.
Seriously, then I would say you could get 3%.
Instead
of 0.3 on
everyone's a buyer at those times. Yeah, everyone's a buyer at those times. So it's definitely like, this is kind of the maintenance of the list, and the creating more of a, what do you call it, like a without having those peaks and valleys where you've got big buying times and low buying times, and that sort of stuff. The email marketing is more of a consistent. There are little bumps, and some days are great, some days are shitty, but it's not near as swingy as having, the advertising on Facebook to direct
Right.
sell.
So Patty
So
in the chat just said Patty was at our last event, so she's has an advantage that you guys don't have. She knows. She said you guys have figured out how to get people to keep your emails in the customer inbox. It's a brilliant idea. See, she knows something you don't know. She knows what the emails look like. Now, don't ask her to share, but that is it. She knows what the secret is, where we don't ever worry about that unsubscribe rate because it is minuscule, regardless of what your budget is. If you could only spend $25 a day, not that that's, I mean, look, you can spend what you can spend, but you can see, even if it's $5 a day, the numbers will eventually turn in your favor as long as
they just take longer. That's all it is. So, Patty does mention another thing here. She's also mentions it's a good idea to download the contacts from your autoresponder so that you really do own the list, because at some point something could happen and you don't have access to your account anymore, or they go the way of the dodo bird. You just never know. You want to always have a backup of your list. Can you guys share a holiday launch calendar spreadsheet inside the membership area? Well, I can't give away all my spreadsheets,
Well, and we can't do that because we don't have one. We wake up and go, what are we doing today? It would be nice if we had a launch spreadsheet. Let's write that down, Gallowitz. A lot of stuff we should be doing.
Here, look at what Patty. We love Patty. She's just so smart. Years ago, she worked for a newspaper that needed new subscribers. So we asked a question of the day and took pictures. And people would buy the paper every day to see if their picture was in the paper. So they bought the paper. Win-win. You're doing the same thing.
Again, she knows because she's been through the training. Yes. Yes, we even use pictures. That's cool. That's very true. Yeah. We get very few complaints, very few spam, Every once in a while somebody wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and I didn't win my crock pot. But mostly it's
I like that one. I'm still not a winner. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Does everybody win? It didn't say that everyone's a winner. It says we randomly pick winners.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that every once in a while. I entered yesterday. I didn't win. Oh, well. So then I reply, don't worry. We'll give another one away sometime. Okay, I'll keep praying. All right.
Pray hard.
Pray hard, and maybe we'll get to you. God has a lot on his plate right now.
That's exactly.
Crackpots probably isn't right on the top of the list. What if that's what God did every day? He woke up. Oh man, there's so much war and oh wait a minute, Joe didn't win a crock pot. Let me work on that.
Let me work on that. That's so funny. Okay.
So that is it in a nutshell. Our question, we did not finish talking about it, Gallowitz, and then the time happened. Are we giving this spreadsheet away?
Are we giving this spreadsheet away?
Because we're getting a billion people wanting it so they can kind of...
I live in Europe, so I have no idea what all the USA holidays are or special dates. Well, that's Ryan, that's a great thing. But you know what you can do is you can Google United States statutory holidays, and it'll tell you which ones are. There's way more holidays than there are really good buying seasons, but at least you can get the dates for, Easter, Valentine's.
And a lot of times, like people buy, like it's. Hold on 1 second. Alexa, can you please name all of the holidays in the United States? Being a dick. Sorry, Alexa, stop, please.
Yeah. Anyway, the spreadsheet. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we've had a ton of people ask for it again. So what we'll do is in the members area we'll have this spreadsheet, and Patty's mad at you now. We'll put this spreadsheet into the members area for you to download, so you can map out your own little program as far as what your numbers are and that sort of stuff, and see how you can adjust what you're doing to meet the
Right.
the goals in the spreadsheet and stuff like that. So we'll put that in there. Patty says, highly recommend everyone go into Phoenix training, best training there is, but you will work your butt off.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Patty, there was quite a few people there, and I didn't ever see anybody walk out of the room without their butt. But yes, you will have to work if you come to the
well, we
hey,
didn't even really talk about the event yet.
Show.
We didn't talk about the event. We've been trying to make this like this entire series because we want to try to, kind of give it back to people. And that's why we haven't talked about our event. But now, I mean, there's a billion questions in the chat. Okay, you guys convinced me that list building is the way to go. Are you offering your private one-on-one coaching again, where people fly to your house for 2 days and you work one-on-one with us? My partner flew to Canada last year. Oh, I wonder who this is. And stayed with Dwight for $3,500. I really want to kill it this Christmas. You charge people $3,500 to stay at that place? Oh, that's for the coaching.
$3,500 a day. Yeah. But we're not doing that right now.
Yeah. So we do have an event coming up. Patty said, and is Patty coming to the event? Patty just went to the last event where we covered a lot of this, and she's coming to the next
and
event.
She's coming again. Yeah. Cool. Tell Patty to pack light.
So we are doing an event. It is in Phoenix. It is it's this month. At the end of the month. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. It's a 3-day event. You really will work your ass off. We require that you bring a laptop computer with you.
I turned my camera off so that people could see the link. It's Marketing101.club/Phoenix. And it's going to be a very intimate little event. So you're going to be working hard. We work, like we said, Patty's been to, several of our events. You can expect to work from about 9 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. That's because the Drury Inn requires us to be out of the room by 10 o'clock at night. They won't.
They'll kick us out.
They won't let us go till midnight, 2 a.m. like we do in Vancouver. But 10 o'clock we'll do it, and we'll start up the next day, 9 o'clock in the morning. We start a little later on Friday. We want people to be able to travel on the Friday and get there. So we're going to start 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday till 10. So
we need you to have a laptop computer. Patty brought it up in the chat room too. We want you to have a mouse. So because we really will work one-on-one with you, or I don't know if one-on-one is the right term, but there's going to be me, Dwight, Madison. There'll be people there. And it's probably going to be a relatively small group, less than 100 people, I'd imagine. And then we can go from, table to table to table and actually make sure you're doing it. Where we're a little different than other kind of marketing events, we're just not going to stand up there and talk and then pitch stuff to you. We're going to be talking, but then we're going to stop and say, okay, we're going to show you how to do it. And then we're going to stop and say, okay, all you animals, do it. Let us know when you're done with this step. And then someone will raise their hand. I don't know how to do it. Okay, we'll walk over there and help you do it. The goal is you kind of know by looking at this, the 3-day course we just did, that flow chart. You will know that flow chart inside and out. You're going to know a bunch of different methods that we teach at the event. That's how we get those numbers on the spreadsheet. So we're basically going to show you how to get those numbers. But you're going to know that flow chart inside and out. You're going to, by the end of the event, you will have already started building your list, a targeted list of stuff that, so you can start selling stuff. If you don't know what to sell, you don't have to have a winning product. We'll help you with all of that. It literally takes 3 days to do all this stuff. And it's not, I don't know why people keep coming back, because it's kind of not pleasant, because we really do make you work. We take enough breaks, though, to where you can, eat and go to the bathroom, etc. But you will learn. You will make some money. You'll have a list that you can make money with. Is there any way? Oh, sorry, go on.
There's a couple of questions I want to get to here that are related to what we taught. And so what do you do if you don't get to your goal of 100 opt-ins per day? Well, at the event, we're going to go very specifically into what we call our course corrections, which is adjusting the strategy that you're using to match the spreadsheet goal. So if you're not getting your 100 opt-ins per day, you might not be, if you're doing the contest strategy that we teach, you may not be giving away the right prize. If you're not, you're spending $50 and you're only getting, your 100 opt-ins, or if you're spending, $50 or $100 or $25 and you want, you're getting like 80-cent opt-ins instead of, the 50-cent ones or whatever. There may be some things that you're not doing to get people to want what it is you're trying to give away. It's not that what do you call it?
The course corrections. You have to make
course correction. Yeah. So
you know what? Wait, I'm turning my camera on. Gelowitz, I'm such an idiot. Now I get it. Now I understand why you don't care about giving this version of the spreadsheet away, because at the event, we're giving them the new version of this spreadsheet, which has all of the course corrections built in, the whole library of course corrections. So if this number falls, do this, this, or this. If this number isn't right, you do da, 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 da. Now I get it. Now I think we're really giving the spreadsheet away, because before we wouldn't really give this away unless people came to the event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I get it. Smart guy. You're smarter than you look, Gelowitz.
I know. Yeah. Tess is looking for a download link of the template design to allow us to create different designs in different niches. It's not in the members area download. Well, that happens to be. Oops. What am I doing here?
Let's figure it out. I'm gonna keep reading some questions here while you do that.
Yeah.
The cost of the event is $19.97, but we knock $500 off because you're on this call, so it's $1,500. What is it?
$14.97.
$14.97.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay, here's a question while you're looking. I guess you would call me a newbie. Would it be worth my while to come to the event? Will I leave? Will I leave being more confused than I am now? Well, I don't know how confused you are now, but I would imagine you will leave less confused than you are now. Again, we don't know how confused you are. No, listen, this is for newbies. This is for seasoned people. This is for people on Shopify. This is for people on T-Rex. This is for people on whatever the platform, on Etsy. It really doesn't matter. List building is nothing to do with your niche. It has nothing to do with the platform. It's about building a list of targeted buyers that you can send offers to that will buy. And if you understand that, you can turn that in. You look at that spreadsheet, tweak your numbers, get to where you want to be, set a course for Black Friday next year, and get to your perfect life. God damn it, if that doesn't sound hypey. We should not have named it the perfect life. Try so hard to no, you're not ever going to get 3%. Go 0.1%. And then we end up calling it the perfect life.
You're funny.
Is there a way you guys would consider a payment plan? I'm not sure I can come up with the full amount today, but I want to come to this no matter what.
Yeah. If you just cannot come up with the money, hit Dan up or me up on Skype, and we will work something out with you for sure. We don't want to have finances be the reason you didn't get to the event. So we'll work something out with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so at the event, will there be a step-by-step handout to later refer to? And I believe the answer is yes. We usually do handouts. It'll probably be in the form of a PDF. We used to do full printed handouts because we didn't want our content to be able to be shared online on Black Hat um, sites and stuff like that. But some of these checklists and stuff will be available to you. We'll probably have a little download for everybody at the event. So
You know, the funny thing is that a lot of the work, the hard work, is some stuff you have to do once, and then after that, it's kind of rinse and repeat. But yeah, you will definitely get the handouts. But like Dwight said, we're going to beat this shit into your head. So at the end of the event, you will know it with or without a handout, but you're going to get the handout because we don't know how confused you are right now.
Yeah, exactly. Great for newbies. Someone will hold your hand and get you up and running. Then Skype with the other people in the network on Skype after the event. That is correct.
That's right, Patty.
That is right. So, yeah, at the event. Oh, there was another question here. If you don't have a product, is it worth going to the event?
Yeah, we're gonna, we'd like you to have good products. If you don't have good products, we have some, Marv, our designer, former Disney animator, award-winning designer. We'll have him make up a few designs that the randos they can use if you don't have an event. Well, you don't have to even necessarily have a niche. We'll kind of talk about that at the event. But if you're like truly a newbie and you're literally at step one, we'll help you come up with a niche, give you some designs that'll work in the niche, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
And like Patty just said, again, the designs alone are worth it.
The designs alone are worth it. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that, from the niche thing, we use this as, for selling products, but we also use this for helping local businesses in our area to, learn list building, because if you're coming from, retail, or you're coming from corporate, and you're coming and you can talk to businesses without a problem. Once you learn this strategy, you don't have to do it to just sell stuff online for yourself. You can use this as a strategy to work, get people to pay you to do this for them.
Mm-hmm. Did you just bring that up because you saw that question in the chat, or? Hi guys, I have a Shopify store and I help my brother-in-law on the side market his health food store. Do you think your method will work for both? Yes, and yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, I was actually thinking about it because of the question related to not having a product, and I just was thinking, that helping, because I helped my buddy in Calgary with his cigar store, and we're building a massive list of the people in Calgary that smoke cigars, and we're not breaking any rules on Facebook because tobacco is totally bad on Facebook. So, we're building him an email list, and that's driving traffic to his store because of it. And it's if you're used to working in business, you're coming from a sales job, and you're used to knocking on doors, you can make a very, very, very good living helping just a handful of people. And it's not that much work because it ends up being a fully automated thing, and they just pay you month after month after month.
And we're going to show you, guess what happens if they decide to stop paying you? You go to their competition and it keeps going.
Yeah.
We're going to show you all
and say, oh, I happen to have 20,000 people on a list that love cigars. Would you like me to send an email out for you to
it's pretty advertise? It's that's something Patty hasn't seen. We've been working on that for the last few months.
Crock pot filled with broccoli. Perfect idea. There you go.
I met you guys at Pillow Profits Live 2017. Those of you who don't know what that was, we were the official, I guess you'd call us the official trainers for Pillow Profits last year. I don't know if we were official, but anyway, we did Pillow Profits
Live. We like
Live.
to call ourselves official.
We like to call ourselves. Let's see. So I met you guys at Pillow Profits Live 2017, and I went to a house event in Vancouver. I will come to every event you guys do because I end up making money every time. My only question is, how much money should I budget just for advertising during the event? Oh, that's awesome. This method is you're going to spend money, like you said, like maybe the $50 a day, and it's a 3-day event. Probably not going to spend money on day one, probably on day two. Right. So, I mean, it's not a lot. You're not going to have to spend a lot like our previous events for advertising. There were times like some events, like people would have to spend, you know, like especially at the house events, people would spend a lot of money, but then they'd make a lot of money. But this is totally not that. This is a relatively inexpensive thing here. Let's see more questions, guys. Thank you. You make learning fun. I can't wait to come. That's nice. Thank you. How do we open account with Printech?
All you got to do is go to printexinc.com and you will see at the top of their website account setup. It's just a form to fill out, submit it, and they will email you and get everything all set up for you. It's very, very easy. printexinc.com and just click the account setup at the top of the page. Very easy. All right, it looks like we're over the hour and we don't have any new questions. Autoresponder and e-commerce platform do you recommend? We use well, okay, I'll tell you. ConvertKit is our autoresponder, and we also sell on Shopify and T-Rex.
And Etsy.
And Etsy. That's
but that's what we mean. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, like when you learn list building,
we test a lot to figure out what's working for everybody, but you know, the primary platforms that we do the majority of our sales on right now are you know, Shopify, T-Rex, and Etsy.
We're a little pissed at Etsy right now because we got locked out of one of our sites, so we're going to show it
during our event.
During the event. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Patty says Alexa is still reciting holidays. Alexa, stop.
All right, guys. We are actually not going to do a call tomorrow because I ended up having to do some stuff with my mom and my brothers and get my mom ready to move to her new care facility. So we are going to move the call until Monday. So I will change that and we will do our part 4 on Monday, and that is related to the design that's good for any niche. On I think that's what we're talking about, Danny. I somehow lost on tomorrow's call or on the next call.
Oh, you didn't do that? All right.
Yeah. So
and Joe, that's right. Again, in the chat, he just said, I thought this was a 3-part. This will probably end up being a 5 or 6-part.
We're at 4 right now anyway. So just the way we do things around here, over and above what we come up with this great plan, and then we realize, oh, we really should cover this, and we really should do that, and whatever. So
put the camera on. Let me see what you're doing right now. What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Turn the camera on.
Here I am, right here. Oh, let me turn this down so you can see me. There I am. Let's turn this off so we can go home in style. There.
Oh, and again, the Contigo.
All right, my friends. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday, and we'll have some more great stuff for you. So
have a good one.
Bye-bye.